interesting book. It was written by Paul, maybe AD 57, and it was a response to a problem that had come in the church in Rome. So you see what happened in Rome. There was an emperor called Claudius who was not happy with the infighting of the Jewish people. The Jewish people are Israelites who basically are people who were given the law of God, and for some reason over the centuries have always been at the center of religious battles. Okay, let's leave it at that. So Claudius chases the Jewish people from Rome, and he says he doesn't want to see them ever again. In Rome, there were a church, a Christian church that had been started. It was never started by any of the apostles, but it is possible that that church was started by believers who were in the book of Acts chapter 2, who had come to Jerusalem for Passover, and then they found out that Jesus actually had rose again, and they had listened to the gospel of Peter, and under those 3,000 that had got saved, chances are some of them, when they went back to Rome, they started a church. Remember, Rome was the capital city of the whole Roman Empire. And the Roman Empire was taking the whole of the known world at the time, the Mediterranean, the upper north of Africa, and a lot of the parts of Europe, except the Scandinavia and other parts. So when they had started a church in Rome, remember, Christianity is just starting. It's year one for Christianity. There's many of the practices and ways of doing things that were geared and coming from the Judaism of the day. Because Jesus was a Jew, because the apostles were Jews, because the church started at Jerusalem, there were many cultural practices and traditions that did not really need to be in Christianity, but were there anyway. All right. Now, in the year that Claudius chases the Jewish people, they leave, they go back to wherever they went, and a few years later, Nero becomes the emperor of Rome. And Nero has another plan. He asks, where's the Jews? They tell him what happened, and he says, no, have these guys back. The Jewish people who had left the church, this is